Today on Reese Dixon, we are making these big, boisterous metal flowers. Hi everybody, it's Teresa with ReeseDixon.com. We've been having a lot of parties in our backyard this summer, and every time we do, I push myself to think of a great way to decorate that will also be safe from the elements. I don't want to put a ton of effort into some big beautiful decoration that's going to get destroyed the first time the tiniest little sprinkle happens. So that's where the idea for these metal flowers came from. I knew that the metal would obviously be able to hold up to any humidity, any wind, the sun, but I could also decorate them and make them beautiful. So let me show you how I did it. The first thing you'll need is some metal foil. This is how it comes the way I bought it. So I didn't make a pattern or anything. I just rolled this foil out and I folded it on itself so that I could cut two of each shape at once and just save myself a little effort. And so the first one, you can see I'm going to make the bottom flower, and if I stretch it out, it's, I don't know, what is that, maybe 9 inches, 10 inches across. I just kind of picked these things arbitrarily. So I folded my foil there, and then just cut a 5-pointed flower. You could cut a 6-pointed flower, you could just cut a wavy line. It really doesn't matter. And you'll see once we really develop these that it doesn't have to be perfect. So I'm just kind of, if you want to make like a gingerbread man or a 5-pointed star, whatever is comfortable for you, I'm just going to freehand this and cut a flower. Yeah. Okay, so now I have 2 of my big flowers, and I've gone ahead and cut the rest of them. Then you'll need 2 more, slightly smaller, and then, whoops, slightly smaller still. And then the center, I just kind of cut little wavy circles, and those are even smaller still. So those are the 4 layers that you'll need, just kind of graduating down. The one roll of metal that I had made 2 sets of flowers. So you have to do a little bit of puzzle arranging to get all of the flowers to fit if you're using the same size as I am. So now that all of our pieces are cut, we just get to have a little coloring party. These are alcohol markers. And most markers are water-based, and so they just have to kind of air dry, or the paper absorbs the water. With alcohol inks, they are alcohol-based, obviously, and so they evaporate way faster than water-based inks, which means you can use them on surfaces that won't absorb it. So it's perfect on metal and clay and, you know, like glazed clay and a million other uses. These are fantastic, but they're perfect for our purposes. So I'm just going to have myself a little coloring party and color these flowers in a beautiful monochromatic style that allows me to use all the gorgeous colors that these pens come in. One of the things I really love about these alcohol markers is that since the ink doesn't absorb when you're coloring on metal, it just kind of pools up. So you get this really cool, almost watercolor effect. And you can use that judiciously to give it a little decoration, a little brush stroke effect. So with all of your pieces colored and dry, you just need to punch a hole into the center of each one. I've got this handy dandy little puncher guy here. There you go, in the center of each of your pieces. And then when you've got each piece punched, you can put a little eyelet through the center of all of them, stacked up like so. There. Okay, see there's all of them on my little eyelet. So now I just need to give this a hammer so that it will stick them all together. But I'm gonna cut away for this part because it's gonna be loud. There we go, with my eyelets in place, these layers are all hooked together and we're almost done. All we have to do now is make them look like three-dimensional flowers instead of just flat, boring flowers. So I'm gonna take, you can use a pencil or whatever you've got handy. This is just the eyelet setting tool that I'm gonna use since I already had it handy. And I'm just going to kind of roll up each of the petals and then pull it out like that. And even with that center wavy piece, I'm just kind of picking sides that I can roll up and squish together so that this will make it fluff up and take away any of that awkward shape that comes from not cutting it very precisely and just making it look like an actual flower instead of it's just something that's a craft project. I gave it a little extra scrunch just to really fluff those petals up, and I love how it looks. These flowers are all so bright and so festive. You can't help but be happy and celebrate when you're looking at these. I think they look gorgeous in my backyard when they're all strewn about as little centerpieces and little decorations, but you can hang them up or even make a banner out of them. If you're sick of those triangle pennants, maybe you can make a banner of these metal flowers. I think it'd be gorgeous. So I hope that this was inspiring. If you give it a try, I would love to hear from you. Leave a comment if you have any questions, and be sure and subscribe to the channel so that you can see lots more of my great ideas. And we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.